Hello, everyone. My name is Raul Delarme, Director of the Howard County Department of Recreation and Parks. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, and welcome to our Phase 3 of Blandair Park, which will be opening up very soon for good. We are here today to unveil 2 new communication boards from the Howard County Autism Society, which will become a permanent fixture at Blandair Park Play for All Playground. This playground embraces inclusion and equitable play for opportunities for all children. These communication boards will foster inclusion by offering nonverbal visitors the means to communicate their needs and desires without needing their augmented and alternative communication device. They will be able to play without needing to carry something around with them. I am pleased to announce today that we will continue this partnership with the Howard County Autism Society and plan to install boards at some of our other parks throughout the county. Before I invite the speakers to say a few words, I want to thank and recognize a few individuals. Patrick Boxall, Katie Grandy, and Melissa Rosenberg from the Howard County Autism Society, who spearheaded this important initiative, as well as others from the Howard County Autism Society Board, Don Barrick, Mia Williams, and Teresa Bollinger. Raj Sharma from Sharma Associates, who designed and constructed the communication board. I believe he's here today. Thank you. Our county executive, Dr. Calvin Ball, and administrative team for their continued support on all of our projects. Sylvia Ramsey from our Recreation Parks Advisory Board. I see her out there. And all of our Recreation Park staff who are here with us today. Without them, projects like this wouldn't happen. Everyone from Recreation Parks, please raise your hand to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you for coming. There is one special person from our department who's not here with us today, but will always be in our hearts, and that is our beloved Laura Weatherald, who passed away on February 19th. Laura was such a strong advocate for children with disabilities. She was a key player in working with all the groups to design this wonderful playground facility that you see here today. Laura will be missed by all her Recreation Parks family, but you know something? I bet she's looking down on us today with a big smile on her face, knowing that we're ready to unveil these boards. Now I'd like to invite our county executive to come up to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Raul. Greatly appreciate you and your team's leadership and dedication and just all of your hard work and continuing to move things forward during these challenging times for our county, our state, and our nation. And I want to thank everyone else who was able to join us here today, including, and I want to give a huge shout out, she often stands behind the scenes and works really hard, but Jennifer Jones, my Deputy Chief of Staff, who is always doing so much good work for our community, who not only is the liaison for my office to Recreation and Parks, Department of Community Resources and Services, but is part of one of the leading members of the team on vaccine rollout. So I know this past year has been extremely difficult for our community. It's been challenging for all of our residents as we navigate through this pandemic and the aftershocks that have actually exposed many of the challenges that were present in our community before. My team and I have worked hard to make sure that all of our residents have the resources needed to get through this pandemic, to beat COVID-19, and then to get to the other side and hopefully thrive. We've been in regular communications with the Howard County Autism Society and other advocates of the disability community to help ensure that none of our neighbors are left behind. I want to especially thank the Howard County Autism Society for being such an incredible partner throughout the year, not just on important initiatives like this, but just making sure when it comes to things like food insecurity, vaccines, eviction prevention, that they were not only strong advocates, but strong partners. And as we reopen, it's important that we continue that partnership to protect our most vulnerable, those who often have no voice, to ensure that we give them voice. And with April being World Autism Awareness Month, today's unveiling couldn't be timelier. These boards will join 8 other boards installed at our local school playgrounds last fall. Nonverbal and low verbal individuals now can feel more at ease when they visit our inclusive playground here at Blandair Regional Park that will be opening up this spring. We hope to not only bring awareness to alternative communication devices, but also to increase equity for all with learning and communication differences who not only live but also visit Howard County. Here in Howard County, we want to ensure that everyone feels welcome. Blandair Regional Park's Play for All playground, which will be open later on this spring, is designed to be 80% accessible to individuals with disabilities versus a typical playground, which is around 50% accessible. By bringing awareness to neurotypical individuals, we take another step toward inclusivity, acceptance, and celebration. As a community, it is time for us to shift from just autism awareness to autism acceptance and celebration. And these signs today are an important step in the next great direction. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive. I would like to introduce our next speaker, the Howard County Autism Society President, Patrick Boxell.
Thank you much. I'd like to just take a few minutes here to say a few words and really to reiterate some of the points that have already been made. I'd like to thank the county executive and his team. I'd like to thank the director of the Department of Recreation and Parks and all of his staff as well who've worked so hard on this. Especially I want to call out Susan Potts, who has been a collaborator on this initiative for several years now. Several of our current and former board members have been engaged with the development of this facility really from the get-go, from the initial advocacy around putting this project together. And so we're really excited to see the park coming to fruition, and we're eagerly anticipating the opening later in the spring, and looking forward to being a part of that. Nearly 2 years ago, Katie Gandy, who was mentioned before, who's a parent and also a board member with the Howard County Autism Society, she came to us and brought to our attention communication boards that she had seen online, and that really was the start of a journey for us. And an effort to bring the same kind of tool here to Howard County. As the county executive mentioned, we've been able to put communication boards earlier this year or last year in 8 elementary schools. We have the 2 boards that we're unveiling here today, and we've got an upcoming phase anticipated in delivering or supplying boards for the county library system as well, which we're really excited about. One of the interesting things about this whole effort has been the fact that this has really gone viral, and by that I mean our office has really been inundated with calls from around the state, from other states, and Melissa told me recently we got a call or an email rather, from overseas, from Turkey, inquiring about the boards, which is just extraordinary. And Katie Gandy, who was really the inspiration behind this, has been invited to appear on a radio show in New York State, and there's a lot of attention and buzz, and I think it's really speaks to the power of our partnership here in Howard County, that we're able to take this effort that is such an inspiration to other communities. I'd like to thank Raj Sharma, who's with us again today. He's been instrumental in creating all of the boards that have been installed so far, and I understand as well, Raj, you've been able to ship some of the boards elsewhere in the country as well. So it's great to see that business being generated as well out of this initiative. The county executive mentioned autism acceptance, and I'd like to underscore how appropriate it is that we're taking this opportunity to unveil the boards during Autism Acceptance Month. And I'd like to just say that again, autism acceptance. We're shifting in our community from autism awareness to autism acceptance, and that's really exactly what these communication boards are about. Recognizing, knowing, understanding autism is, obviously that's vital for us. What's more important though, and really more impactful, is for us to identify ways and build tools and build bridges to generate true inclusion, genuine inclusion for our friends, neighbors, and other community members who have autism in everything that we do. And so whether that's at school, whether that's at work, whether that's at our faith communities, whether it's in restaurants, whether it's at libraries, or whether it's at parks, we're all about finding those mechanisms, those tools, the support that we can provide in order to drive real inclusion. The communication boards remind us that there really are many ways to communicate, as well as many ways to include one another. And we look forward to finding additional ways that the Howard County Autism Society can collaborate with the county and with other partners to find additional ways for us to drive forward with autism acceptance. So thank you again. We're really excited about this, and looking forward to building on it.
Thank you, Patrick. Once again, I'd like to thank the Howard County Autism Society for this great partnership, and all of you for attending this event today. Now I'd like to invite the Howard County Autism Society, the county executive, Susan Potts, and Claire going to help us unveil the boards.
Maybe we'll do like a look this way, please. Like a 3, 2, 1 thing.
Right here.
Over here.
All right, 3, 2,